Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified. I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me, but I'm not a talker about this stuff. This is like Watergate, only it's worse. Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
And welcome to another exciting show on the powerofvoices.com, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Thank you so much for joining me and Carol and the cast of characters here this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you had a great weekend. It sounds like it was fun because it was Pappy's Day. For all the fathers out there, I hope you had a great day. And you got some of those, socks and underwear and T-shirts. It's stuff that you don't want or need. And maybe a nice brunch. Was that good? All right. Well, you know me, I worked. I was out there rolling, making sure all the dads got to those buffets and breakfasts and dinners and all that stuff. And then also I was out in Burbank helping Jesse T do a live broadcast from the Fight of Life, which is it was an amateur boxing and kickboxing match. I think it was about 8 or 9 different bouts. It was a lot of fun. And I was there helping doing the engineering part of it, the video presentation. So you can check that out on the Power of Voices Facebook and the Power of Voices YouTube and Jesse T's page and Josefa Salinas' page. So you can find it all over the place. It was an exciting event. I've never been to a kickboxing match before. Those guys are brutal. You know, they were kicking and punching and getting it on, putting it down. And let me bring up my kicking aside here. Carol, what's up? How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah? Did you have a good weekend?
I guess it was okay.
Just okay? Did you go out walking on the beach?
Yeah, I walked. I walked this morning in the fog. It was
Walking in the
really
fog.
foggy.
Yeah, it was foggy when I came in last night. It must have been around, I don't know what time it was, 11, 12. And the fog was rolling in off the ocean. It's kind of spooky, a little weird in the fog. And it was like 69 degrees. And I was talking to my son, Corey. He's over in Vegas, and it was like 99 degrees there in Vegas. And he was bouncing around a little bit himself. So, yeah, it was a good weekend. I was out driving a lot. Let's see, do I have any Lyft stories?
You know, it was good, but it's just so much crime. It gets where you're scared to open your Facebook.
Well, you know what? I've kind of separated myself from some of that. You have to take a break from it, because otherwise it'd become overwhelming.
Well, it is overwhelming. It's not a double standard.
Yeah.
I mean, they attacked in London yesterday, and they said it took the police longer to get there. They still didn't call it a terrorist attack because it was Muslims that got attacked. It's like, what is going on? Are white people not considered terrorists?
Well, yeah.
I'm just curious. I mean, a terrorist, the meaning of a terrorist is just like a gangbanger to me. They don't conform to society. They make their own rules.
No, it's a form of terrorism. It could be urban terrorists or it can be international terrorists. I agree with you.
I'm just,
but I don't want to get hung up on the labels. It's a heinous act Well, I think we get hung up on, well, what was it? Was it a terrorist attack? That kind of.
Well, I don't think it's a hung up. I think when a white person went into that church and that kid killed, 9 black people? Mm-hmm. He's never been called a terrorist. He is a terrorist.
Well, let's go back. Let's look at history.
Well,
let's look at when they were slaughtering people in the South, burning churches and with people in them, hanging people. Was that terrorist? Was that terrorism?
Well, it is terrorism, but they don't call it that if it's... And not all white people, because my white friends don't think like this. I just see so much racism right now, and it bothers me. To a point, I don't even answer my phone some because I have friends of different colors, and some of them are just so angry. I have to tell one of my friends all the time, it isn't just black people being picked on. I said, it's all minorities.
Yes.
So you got to step back. And when kids don't go to college, don't blame the white man, because there are ways to go to college if you pursue it.
Yeah.
There's so many kids this year that, especially minority children, that got major scholarships, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Well, you just got to do it. You got to do your research to find out what things are available to offset some of the cost, and to find the opportunities with the various schools that are presenting opportunities. With that, let's bring in Chris and get him in the round table here. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Shakalaka. Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Boom shakalaka. How you doing, Lee? How you doing, Carol?
I'm fine.
Well, that's good. That's good. Man, I had a great weekend, and I don't have too many great weekends. So this was epic.
Yeah?
I sent you a text before. First of all, I want to thank my good friend Lisa London, who's also in radio. Got me out of the house to meet some fellow radio people.
Excellent.
And got a chance to meet Barbara Prieto. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a chance to meet. I always heard about her. Met her this past Friday. Told me to tell you hi.
Yeah. Yeah. How's she doing?
She's doing great.
Good. Good. Yeah, she's a nice person. Good radio person, too.
Thinks the world of you, man.
Yeah. Well, I think the world of her as well. She's a very conscientious, kind person, and a good broadcaster. Never that great on the air, but, behind the scenes. I used to give her a hard time about that.
Well, she listens to the show, so she'll get back at you on that.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry,
She listens
Barbara.
to us, yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. You know me. I'm Boo-Boo the Fool. Yeah, so what you went to an event?
We went to we met at this place called Vice.
Okay.
It's a microbrewery place, and it's the only African American owned microbrewery place in the city.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What was the
stuff,
what was
man.
the event? What was it?
Oh, just meeting up,
okay.
Getting together and stuff, and man, because you drink all that beer, but you can bring your own food.
Oh, bring your own food. That's different.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you bring
So,
a double-double with a fried egg?
No, we did. First we did chicken. Chicken nachos.
Okay.
It was very good, and then we had pizza. So you can't go wrong with pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and beer is like the marriage.
Yeah, that's a staple. Who else was there?
Pizza. Let's see. I can't name John Hairston.
Okay.
He said he knows you too. He's currently living in San Antonio.
Right. Yeah, I know John.
Yeah.
Yep. He has a website, radio station. What is it called? Something The Bridge, 104 The Bridge, or something like that.
Oh, and also I got a chance to meet. He also comes on the Facebook chat. Donald Grammer.
Oh, Donald was there. That's good.
Yeah, he was there too.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, man.
He has his smooth jazz and R&B mix website. Smoothmixes925.com.
Nice.
Yeah. Good guy.
Good stuff, man. Yeah. So I got a chance to meet these people in person, man. It was just nice. You know how it is when you meet your own people in your own industry, in your own business, and you talk shop and you chop it up, and nice little drink and libation and food, and just good. It was a good time had by all, man. It was really
some
good
radio
stuff.
stories and tell a few lies and all that stuff.
There you go, right? Lots and lots of lies.
Oh yeah, I was number one in 1969 on the, blah 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 Arbitron. Hey, there was no Arbitron in '69. Sorry.
Oh, there wasn't? Oh, okay, then. Well, take that back. I was number 1 and number 2 in my bathroom once.
Right. There you go. That was more likely.
A few times.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if they do things like that here in L.A.
What's that?
The media get-togethers, radio meetups or whatever. What was it called? Did it have a name?
This is impromptu. No, this is like impromptu, just, I got it through Lisa, and Lisa knows John. In fact, her Quiet Storm program is on his radio station.
Okay.
And so she asked me to come along, so that's how I got involved. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Mm-hmm.
How many people would you guess?
Total about, 5 of us.
Oh, okay. Small group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. They have something once a year. It's not the Living Legends. That's out here in L.A. That is an annual event. Mm-hmm. But there was a thing that they do in Chicago, and I saw a bunch of the Chicago people there. Even the Duke of Earl was there, Gene Chandler. That was in 2013 was the last time I was there, when you and I were over at UBM.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something.
Have more of those, man.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of keeps history going forward. And
Absolutely.
the few of us that are still around,
Right. You got to keep the history going, man.
Yeah, man.
And Barbara's brother was the one that he got us he went and got the chicken nachos and the pizza for us. Just great guy.
Oh. Yeah.
And he's been with the Vice people for a while. And I guess, he's been promoting their wares. As a matter of fact, he's so tight with them, he's the number 1 customer. They named a beer after him.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's called West Coast Marty.
West Coast Marty.
That's right, exactly.
Wow, that's cool. Now, where's this brewery located?
This is on in downtown Chicago. It's like 14th and Michigan.
14th and Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
14th and Michigan.
It's a whole different area now, man.
Yeah. Wow. That's exciting. Next time I'm in Chicago, I'm not a beer drinker, but I'll go by and support. Oh
yeah, man. Let me know, man. We'll go.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, come on through.
I'll buy you beer and we'll call a Lyft ride home.
You gotta support the Lyft people, right?
Yeah, that's right. Not Uber,
but yeah,
Lyft.
Not Uber, not Lyft.
My daughter did real good this morning with Uber.
Well, you can do real good, But I ain't doing nothing with them. I'm done. I'm taking the signs out of my windows. I've already taken out one in the back seat. I haven't gotten
I see where Lyft's only giving a $350 bonus now if you sign up.
No, it floats. I think it's.
Well, they said $350.
Yeah, they have several promotions going simultaneously depending on where you are. And let's see, I'm seeing one here now, $400 for 330 rides in the first 60 days. That's doable. They had one for 500 rides for $2,000, I think it was. So yeah, they change all the time. But I don't care so much about the promotions. Get out there and hit the road and earn your money. Drive as much as you want to. Got to get my buddy Mike Love back on here, but we got to get him on the different connection because the phone lines are still jacked up, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You still waiting for the parts from Mother Russia?
Yep. Russia, yeah. Yeah. It seems like coming from Russia. But yeah, the Netherlands. What else is happening? More problems.
Let me finish before. Real quick. So the beer that's named after West Coast Marty, that now the other beers, the microbreweries, the microbeers like maybe 3 to 5% volume of alcohol.
Okay.
His is 8%.
Oh boy.
So
the belly
I went
buster.
with that one.
Yeah.
Oh man. He gave me a shot at that. I was like, dude, I'll have a pint of you.
That's a high octane, huh?
Man, because I have a really high tolerance when I do drink every now and again, but even on my drinking days, it takes me a lot to really get going. So that's a startup right there. I was like, man, remember the old days, man. Give me that West Coast Marty, dog. And we had about 4 glasses of that. 4 pints of that, dog. I was ready to rock and roll, man.
I guess, yeah, you couldn't drive after that.
Oh, no, I didn't drive.
Yeah. Your limit would have been maxed out.
Yeah, I'm a responsible drunk.
That's cute.
So then Sunday rolls around as Pappy Day, and my two daughters surprised me. I got a delivery from Edible Arrangements. So I was like, man, this is nice. It came like 10 o'clock in the morning. Didn't really expect it. So I got that, and I just talked to them, a conference call prior to that. So that was a nice surprise, man. So the card said Happy Pappy's Day on it.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, the edibles, those are really good.
Man, they gave me the strawberries dipped in chocolate.
Yeah?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other kind of edibles.
Of course you would.
My daughters, what kind of edibles are you referring to, Carol?
You know.
No, I don't know. You tell me. You the one brought it up.
Well, when you said edibles, I was thinking about the kind from the weed stores.
Oh no, my daughters they don't give me that type of stuff. No.
Can you imagine?
No,
Come and give you some edible goldfish. You know,
no.
And then go on the air after that, you know?
Oh hell no! No, that'd be a hell of a different type of program. Sir.
Yeah, edible brownies or some chocolate chip edibles. No.
I will eat those after 12 p.m. your time.
I'll say, well, what do you think of that, Chris? Yeah. Are you awake, Chris?
Nope.
Nope. I'm good. Y'all go ahead. I'm listening. Can't talk, but go ahead. Yeah, that's funny. Well, that's good. You had a good Papa's Day.
I really did.
I think
it's
Father's
been a long
Day,
time.
Father's Day should be at once a week.
Well, I go along with that.
Yeah, a little more respect.
Man, who you telling?
That won't fly. If it was Father's Day once a week, it would have to be Mother's Day 3 times a week.
Yeah, you got that right. You gotta compensate.
Yeah. You're gonna have to give it up. But yeah, it was a good day. Went out for breakfast and then I went to work.
There you go.
That's what you do. Back to the grind.
Well, you made it very clear, which was very cool. You made sure the other fathers got a chance to go to the buffets and stuff like that. So yeah, you provide a service.
That's right. Got to look out for the dads. And I call my nighttime passengers night crawlers. So I have to make sure all the night crawlers get home safely. When I tell the passengers, I say, well, thank you for being one of my night crawlers. Then what do you mean? Is that a good thing? Yeah.
Right. They don't be insulted,
okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to get you home. You're crawling around at night, so I'm going to get you home safely. Oh, okay. Then they get it.
Explain it to them,
Yeah, they get it. They laugh.
And let me say this, too, real quick about Father's Day. This is no offense to mothers who raise children single parents. Let us have this day. Because I know some people say, Happy Father's Day to mothers, too. No, you had it last month. Let us have our day.
That's right. Sake. We don't infringe upon your day.
It's funny you say that. I've seen a lot of arguments about that. But me being a single parent and raising both my kids, I don't feel Father's Day is my day, but I was the father and mother. And when people say to me, well, they need both, that's not true. My kids are very successful and do very well. So when I hear people say you need both parents, no, you don't. A mother or a father, there are fathers that raise their kids single-handed too. And I've seen a lot of controversy. I literally did post something that said about it, for mothers, but I don't expect somebody to give me a gift or say Happy Father's Day, but I don't recognize my kid's father or saying Happy Father's Day because he didn't raise my kids. He had nothing to do with my 2 daughters. And as far as my Quay's father, same thing.
Well,
So in a way, I feel there are a lot of parents that are absent, including women.
Yeah.
That don't want to raise their kids. And,
right.
My daughter feels at times she should be recognized as the mother that raised Quay, but I raised Quay from the time he was born. The only thing she did was he came out her womb. And I make it quite clear to people when they say, well, you know, and I go, stay out of something that's not your business, because people do that to me. They'll say, well, I go, no, she is not his mother. She never raised him. She never did nothing for him. When he got hit by the car, she wasn't there. I called her. Did she come? No. So I've noticed, so I do have something to say. I don't feel I'm a father, but I did play both roles. But I don't sit and celebrate Father's Day for me, because I'm not a man.
Well, there you
go.
go.
So I can see, I seen one person come in and tell you what their father did, how he left them for another family, raised a total, and had nothing to do with them. And they said how they felt about their mother, that she was both to them. So I seen a lot of different controversy yesterday, and I think that depends on the individual. I don't want a Father's Day card. I'm not a man.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things, and it also flips the other way when it's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be some controversy. Now, as it relates to whether or not you need both parents, I think you do, because there's certain things you can get from a man that you can't get from a woman.
Well, that's not true. I have brothers and I have friends. But I don't agree with you there.
Well, okay, you've already
Were
made
you there all the time for your kids?
You've already made your statement,
okay.
And I'm giving the opposite side of it. So we know where you stand on that. You've already made that very clear. I think that it's important and good to have both parents in a child's life. Whether they're under the same roof or not is, you know, good, bad, and indifferent as well. There's pluses and minuses to that. But as I was saying, there are things that you can get from a woman that you can't get from a man. There are things that you can get from a man that you can't get from a woman. So, but I think there's a balance. I believe in balance. And when you sit down as a man talking to your son, you can phrase things in certain ways that I think is received differently if that same message was coming from a woman. That's just my experience and my thoughts, okay? And there are things that you can just convey in a way that two guys can get. Now, people might disagree with me on that, and that's okay. That's based on my experience and how I've related to other men in my life, my father, my uncles, my neighbors, etc., that if the message from them was conveyed by my mom or my grandmother, I would accept it, I would respect it, but I would hear it differently. And I think that's one of the differences.
Yeah, but a lot of times a father might visit his kid once a week, but he's not the one getting up every morning or cooking for that kid. Or you play both roles. I played both roles, and
of course,
I don't think my kids missed having a man. My father was never around. He was a drunk.
Well,
and my mother did a damn good job raising us 7. There was 14 of us, and 7 were from my father. And I have to praise my mother for what she did. And I have lots of friends that have raised including men, that have raised their kids by themselves. And I've seen some of those kids become more successful with both parents in the home.
Well, you're right. And my dad died when I was 13, okay? My early childhood, living with my dad and my mom, was memories of, they were all good memories, okay? But my dad was 30 years older than my mom, okay? So now this is my experience. So when I was at the age of ready to play baseball and basketball and, you know, outdoor sports and stuff like that, I didn't have that relationship with my dad because he was too old. He couldn't do it. He broke both of his hips in a hurricane, so he was in a wheelchair, walking with a cane or crutches. That's what I remember. So by the time I was 13, he was confined to a wheelchair and the bed. He was, 73 years old at that point. Now, those are my memories. Now, my Uncle Bill, my Uncle Hiram, my neighbors, people at the church that we went to, Mount Olive Baptist Church in Norfolk, Virginia, that's where I got my male bonding from, because I didn't get that from my dad. But when he was alive, we talked. He gave me some male advice and stuff like that. I remember all of those things, all the words of encouragement and words of advice and stuff like that. But those are the things that I missed as a child growing up in a mother and father household. They were both there. So even when two people are there, it doesn't mean that it's a perfect situation. And even when mother raises the kids or the father raises the kids, there is always an absence of that other to, I think, to balance things out. So that's my experience. Now, I've got 2 boys and a girl, and we traveled a lot, moving around from city to city and all of that stuff. And one of the things that my daughter said, you know, Dad, I was in 10 different schools because of all the moving around. I said, well, you know, was that good or bad? Well, you know, I don't really have that many friends. I said, well, do you have any? She said, yeah. Then you're okay. The moving around was part of your education, because I think that in travel and living in different places, different regions in the country is also educational, because you learn something different. And there's many people who have never traveled, never gone to L.A. or New York or Atlanta or Miami or Houston or Jiblipi, Mississippi, for that matter. So you don't have that experience. So I think travel is not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I wish that I would have had more time to take them to foreign countries. We went to the Caribbeans and Mexico, and well, the kids never went up to Canada. I did. But so looking back, if I could change some things, I probably would have said, okay, let's go to Europe. I'm not too excited about going there now because of all the hell in this world. But those are the kind of things that I wish I had done. And did I miss some baseball games and, you know, stuff like that? Absolutely. Because of my work. Did I make some? Absolutely. Made a special effort to try to get to those games and be supportive. But, you know, you're never going to have a perfect world in terms of trying to do all the things, whether you're a mother or a father.
Yeah, because I used to have to go on the road. Mm-hmm. And I had nannies with my kids, but I talked to them every night. But I it's funny because Chris brought this up, because I was thinking about that, and I go, oh, maybe that's not something to bring. But I've seen so many arguments in Facebook yesterday on that, and it's like, I can relate to both sides of it. I'm not a man, but I can relate to both sides. Having a father that was never there, I don't look at him as this great father, because he was always drunk. He would go on drunks for months. So I can relate to a lot of people. I mean, that don't want to. I said to my daughter, are you going to wish your father a happy Father's Day? She said, no. I don't even know him. He came out here and he didn't even come see me. And she's right, he didn't. Well, so it is a touchy subject.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is. And, you know, and rightfully so. And let me get straight to people listening, or people who saw me on Facebook, people who know me, of course. You know, in this situation, I'm very pro-father. I'm not anti-mother. Right. I'm just very pro-father, because fathers get a bad rap all the time, and rightfully so if it's warranted. But then again, it becomes part of a broad brush. It becomes all fathers, and all fathers are deadbeats.
No,
and that's not
it's not all fathers.
As we know that. Right. No. But, you know, but some people get into that type of mentality. For me, and I think always in the world of my dad, I feared my dad. Now, I'm listening to Lee, and Lee was saying about, you know, playing certain sports, and your father couldn't. See, my dad didn't have sports. We didn't play baseball or basketball. His sport was arguing. Really? He loved to argue. That was his sport. No, that was for real. I go back in hindsight. He loved to argue, and I think that was his best spectator sport, because I got good material from him when I got on the radio. I would go back to my dad, and I would pick little minutiae and things like that, and relay it back on the air. And then growing up, my dad was the blueprint. I would go with him when he went to the cleaners to get his suits, you know, clean, and shirts starched and everything pressed up. Go with him to the shoe shine place to get his shoes shine. Go get his hair cut and shaved. And so that was a holdover for me. So when I became an adult, I would do the exact same things my dad did. So he provided the blueprint for doing things that men should do in that particular situation. And he always told me, no matter where you go, people are going to check you out head to toe. So you must be dressed appropriately.
Right.
And keep yourself clean and everything else. So all these things I learned from my dad was a holdover to myself becoming an adult and then also becoming a father. And we only spent Father's Day together once when I was 22, when my oldest, Brianna, was born. And unfortunately, he died that year, going into next month. So it was, enough to take that back, it was on Father's Day. 4 days later, he passed away after that. And I was 22 when he passed away. But I realized that, I've always said this, the death of my father was the birth of my manhood.
Right.
And I've always thanked him for being in my life those 22 years. I built upon that to become a dad myself.
Yeah. I can totally relate to that because at the young age of 13, I became the man of the house. You know, I was the only guy in the house, so I had to take on some of those male, views and responsibilities. And that's a lot for a 13-year-old, whether you're male or female, taking on those extra
I think that's great.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, you say that about
13 alone.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that about sports because my son played basketball and football. I was the team mother for all those sports. My daughter was a major track runner. She ran cross country. She was a swimmer. So my kids didn't get left out from sports because there wasn't a father. I guess because I grew up a tomboy, so there was a little both with me.
Just in that male bonding thing and female bonding, women can talk to their daughters.
I had a boyfriend, so
Yeah.
he was like a father to Quay.
You have certain situations, and I know I probably shouldn't talk about this, but when my daughter became of age and, she had to deal with that female transition, if y'all know what I'm talking about, she was with me. Okay? And I was working in Washington, D.C., and she was spending some time with me in D.C. So when this situation came about, I didn't really know what to do. So the first thing I did was call her mom, and then my mom was there visiting as well. And I said, well, Mom, what do I do? Well, boy, you need to go to the store and pick up some of this, and that. I said, okay. So, and then I went to the store, and now I'm one of these guys. You go to the store, the grocery store with your wife, and she buys the female products, right? I don't know why I was embarrassed or uncomfortable with that.
Really? You never went to the store and picked them up?
Oh, hell no. And no. And I was uncomfortable if I was just standing in line. I was looking the other way and said, those Hershey bars look pretty good. I don't know why. 5. Yeah. It was such a private thing, I guess, in my mind that, you don't, guys don't deal with that. But it's probably silly of me. So I had to go to the store, and I really didn't know what to buy. So I bought one of each.
There you go.
I came back with a grocery bag full of shit. I said, I'm covered. So get on the phone with your mom and your grandmother, and y'all figure this out. I'm out. I'm going to go get a cheeseburger. I'll be back, okay?
with a 5 egg on it, right?
No, they have 5 eggs in D.C. Now, I think I went across to what was it called? Hogs on the Hill. It was a barbecue place, a walking distance from the house.
I like that. Yeah.
Hogs on the Hill in D.C. I don't know if they're still there, but they had a pretty good queue. Pretty good barbecue.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. So,
yeah, no. It's not your fault. Well, these things happen. Like, she had a visit from Aunt Flo. You just did the best you could.
Yeah. Aunt Flo. Yeah. That's funny. So, but, when you're dealing with guy stuff, I've even had neighbors that say, can you come over and talk to my son because he wants to start having sex, and I'm not, I'm uncomfortable in having to talk with him about it.
Do they ask nowadays, the kids?
Well, a couple of times I've had to have conversation with neighbors or friends, sons about, that kind of thing. And I think they were probably already doing it, but the mother wanted to make sure they really were being responsible and all that.
Right.
So, yeah, guys do have a role in with young men in their lives and giving advice and stuff. And it's like, when a mother is talking to her son or daughter, it's received a certain way. And it's received differently when dad talks to you or a male figure. It doesn't have to be dad. It could be uncle. It could be a neighbor, friend of the family. It's just different. Your comfort level, your ears perk up differently. And that's based on my experience.
And just don't be stupid. I mean, no matter what age you are. I mean, like I told you before, I think I told the story before, I was sitting there thinking, when I was younger, I had to mow the lawn like, most kids did.
Sure.
And I was 16. And we lived next door to a Walgreens. Now, mind you, the heat here in Chicago, plus the humidity, is like hell. Mm-hmm. So it's like 95 plus humidity is like 115. And it literally, you can see the devil walking down
Go
the street.
Go outside and take a shower.
Exactly, Mike. You just drench. So I blame this story on heat stroke. So I'm cutting the grass with my dad in the back. He's trimming everything up. And I go over to my dad. I said, Dad, can you do me a favor? He's like, what do you want, son? Could you go over to Walgreens and give me some rubbers? And there's a dramatic pause. And he turns around ever so slow, like slowly I turn type of thing.
Right.
He turns around. What in the hell you just say to me, boy? Could you please go to Walgreens and give me some Trojans? Rubbers. Rib, sir. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Ribbit.
What makes you think that I'm going to go and get you some rubbers when I ain't even getting none from your mother?
Oh, no. Dad,
so
that's
why
TMI.
should I get you some? I know. It shocked me back to reality. So I was like, I forgot where I was. I'm sorry. Don't you ever, son, I tell you what, go back over there and finish cutting the grass. This conversation never happened.
Damn. Dad was rough.
Yeah, he was. I'm telling you, man. He
was the commander.
Straight no chaser. Straight
Right.
no chaser, man.
Yeah, he was a commander.
But yeah, go ahead.
He was rough, man. He was the dictator. No,
Yeah, he was.
They ain't gonna do it.
Hell no.
Now
That
get
was
back
it.
to work.
Right. And
Now-
think about.
Now let me ask you a question.
Real quick.
Now,
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
How did that impact on you? Was that okay, or did you just say, Dad, you're a real jackrabbit? I mean, how did that hit you? What?
Well, for one thing, like I said before, I blame the heat stroke. It got me back out of reality, but that was him on the regular. So that was already used to it since I was born,
Okay.
That was just him in regular. Now, like I said before, the thing about Dad was that he had these moments where it was just out of the blue. Like I told you before, like he'll go into his pocket, and I once I'm like 15, 16, go into his pocket, get all these 20s. Here, take this. Like $100. I mean, that's big time for a 15-year-old.
Sure.
I'm like, why you giving me all this money for? Because you don't steal from me. That's why. Just little stuff like that. Because I didn't have to steal. I got everything I wanted as a kid growing up, me and my sister. But little stuff, little moments like that, there was more to him than just being, the dictator.
Right.
The sergeant. He had these layers of heart, but every now and again he showed you.
So what was that message to you? Because you don't steal.
The message to me, to come to find out, he had a conversation in the barbershop with other fathers and parents who talked about their children stealing from them, their jewelry, their cars, and not respecting the parents. And he was to realize, hey, my children love me and respect me.
Yeah, they don't do that.
No, not
So
the exact opposite.
it was kind of a reward or award
I would
for
say so.
being a good, honest child that didn't steal. And
No, because it never entered my mind to steal.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Yeah.
But, that brought emphasis, if you will, to being honest. Because that's what that was the message that I would have heard. It's you get rewarded for being honest. You don't steal, you don't cheat, you don't lie, and because you don't,
Right.
here's a little something for you.
Exactly. And he was good for that. Like when I went out on, I was dating Vicky during that time. We were teenagers. He was like, you ready to go see that girl? I'm like, yeah. How much you got on you? About $15. He'll go in and pat it up, give me some more love in my hand. All right, just be back by 1 o'clock. And so, yeah, so you're right. So that honesty thing, because once again, it never entered my mind to steal. Why should I?
Right. Don't need to. And it's
never.
Even if you needed something, I never stole anything from my mom or my dad or anyone. It just wasn't in my DNA. I knew that was wrong. It's inappropriate. Exactly. It's a violation, and you don't do that. You could leave 100 pounds of gold sitting right here on my desk, and you could go away for 10 years, and it'll still be sitting here when you come back. No interest. I might charge you for keeping it, but I'm not going to use you to steal it.
Right.
I'm not going to cash it in. Say, yeah, I got this 100 pounds of gold here. What's it worth? Oh, really? $800 million?
Yeah.
If it's worth that much.
Right.
I might call you and say, yo, this gold's worth $800 million now? You might want to cash that puppy in.
There you go.
And break me off a little piece for being the holder.
Yeah, I'm hip.
I might go on the beg for a little bit, but no, I would never touch anything that doesn't belong to me.
Like you say, you didn't have to. And I'm here thinking about it. There were times when my dad left money in the house, he told me. Like over $1,000 one time, and it was right where it was when he left it. I'm like, once again, I had no reason to steal. No. None.
Yeah, because I like to sleep at night, and I can't do that. I can't live with myself if I know I did something like that.
Well, because you never can hide from yourself, and it'll always bother you. Since you have a conscience, of course, and a heart, it's only going to be, with you wherever you go, and it's going to continue to, to nag at you until you do something about that. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not worth it. But I'm sitting here reminiscing about just fathers and sons. A rite of passage for me, with me and my dad, was when he actually gave me the fork to grill. See, that was cool with me. He
made you the master griller. They gave you permission to go handle the grill.
To become the next generation. Yeah, pit master.
Pit
master.
My God,
that was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when Dad feels that, okay, my son can handle it, I'm going to let him have the fork.
That was, man.
The spatula.
Take the fork.
Yeah.
Take the fork and fork you.
Dad, I can do this? Yeah, son. Go ahead. You can handle it. You've been watching me enough, right?
Right. Exactly. Right. Just like that. Just one day out the whim.
Yeah, but just before he puts it in your hands, he gives you a couple of layers of instructions.
Correct.
He say, okay, listen. Now keep your eye on the meat, and you flip it every 2-3 minutes. Then you put a little sauce on it. But you can't walk away and start playing basketball and grill at the same time. Can't do that, all right?
No.
Okay, Dad, I got it. Okay. All right, you sure? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'm going to go lay down under the tree here and get me a little nap. You burn this meat up, boy, that's your ass.
That's right. I'm going to burn your ass, right?
Don't mess up. Okay, Dad, I got it. Yeah, that's
exactly.
That's major.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
That was big time for me, man.
Absolutely.
And to have had passed it on to my daughters now, man, it is a great thing. My daughters like to grill.
Yeah, I love grilling.
Oh, it's big time. I love it.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Nice day, some lemonade. You do all your prep stuff, and you got your trays of food there, and you know what the key to grilling, I think, is all about timing. Because your meat's got to come off the grill at the same, at the time when everything else is ready as well. So you got to time that out. And start your grilling early. Get all your stuff that you need, whatever sauces, oils, or seasonings, and prep it all up. Sometimes you might marinate stuff overnight, early on. And get on it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
it is a lot of fun. Once again, being with Dad, we had this stuff I told you before with the neighbors. The neighbors were just stupid because they copycat everything we did. I mean, they painted their house like us, and they got the same grills we did, and just I don't know, man, just I don't know, lame brain, pea brain type crap.
Well, so, that's flattery, though. When people copy you to that.
He didn't like that. He told them all to go to hell.
Why you paint your house yellow like mine? Why you paint yours blue or white or whatever? Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, so he just got tired of it. So we cut the grass, a half hour later and stuff. It was like, even in okay, if you give days like Memorial Day or 4th of July, those are days, of course, people go out and barbecue.
Right.
Even if we were just days that were just do it just to be doing it, they would still do it. Give them about an hour later, they just, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we were being monitored by them.
Well, no, you inspired them.
Yeah, okay. You take that role.
You inspired them. They said, "Oh, yeah, nuts, I guess it is time to cut the grass. So let's go out there and hit it." No?
No, man. My dad hated their guts. But I told him a few times. He was like, "How you doing, Mr. Green? Go to hell."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Go to hell.
He didn't need truth serum, huh?
No. He was the embodiment of raw truth.
Wow. That's funny.
So we would get up 5 and 6 in the morning and grill and do all this, the prep work night before, grill all this stuff, and we would get finished by 11 and 12.
Now, you didn't cut the grass at that time in the morning, did you?
Oh, no, not that. No.
Yeah.
That was whole separate.
Because I'd have had my BB gun out shooting you in your ass over that, making all that damn noise at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. You crazy?
No. I always cut the grass the day before. And my dad I would get out there and grill the next day, and we'd be finished no later than 12 noon. And then the neighbors come out about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and they would look pissed off because we're not side by side grilling in the backyards and stuff. So my dad was like, "Yeah, that's right."
Yeah,
get an early start.
Right.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, I used to hate the neighbors though that would get up first thing in the morning, man, and start cutting the grass and making all that noise. And, oh, come on, man. Give it a break. At least wait till 9. You know?
They get it right at the crack of dawn, man.
Yeah, man. What is that?
There's a tiny bit of light. I'm like, good night, man.
That's why, I like to have some acreage in between my neighbors. So they can, if they want to be dysfunctional at 6 o'clock in the morning and go out and make noise, and I won't hear the full impact of it. It'll be kind of distant, But, damn.
Please be distant. I told the stories, man.
Be nice.
Just like I said before, it just got worse and worse the longer we were neighbors, and they would invite people. I guess it's like with the movie Forrest Gump, "Stupid Is and Stupid Does." They would invite people over, and they were just as stupid as they were. It just
a collection of stupidity.
We were barbecuing. Oh man, stupid begot stupid. So it just got worse. I remember one time we were out there queuing. I think it was just one time. If you don't know the lyrics to a song, don't sing them. And then when you do sing them, you usually try to replace words you're not familiar with.
Oh, I do that all the time.
We all do it, but it's embarrassing if it's the wrong words. Like I told you before, they invite some people over next door, and I love funk. Funk is like my favorite genre of music. So P-Funk and everything else. So if you ruin the classic, I just cringe because they were playing "Make My Funk a P-Funk."
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool and everything. And so this lady shouts out, thinking she knows the words, "Make my funk a P-Funk. I once get funked in the butt."
Oh no.
I'm like,
well, she was just advertising.
No, don't do that. No, the way she looked, man, that's not advertising. That's cruelty.
She was dreaming out loud.
Oh man, the way she looked, man, that was bestiality. Couldn't do it. Oh man, because if you don't know the lyrics, don't sing it. Don't sing it.
Man, I was singing the wrong lyrics to songs for years until the internet came out and posted the lyrics. I went, oh, that's what they were saying.
Exactly. Yeah, same here.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we used to make up stuff with the Four Tops and the Temptations and all that stuff. Yeah, man. That was big fun, though. And some of the rock bands, you couldn't really understand what they were saying unless you were as high as they were. Then you could hear it.
And then
yeah, man, that's cool.
Especially, if there's if you depending on what kind of music you listen to, like one of my favorite groups is AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God for the internet, like you said, the internet. I got a chance to listen and go along with the lyrics because I messed up all their music, man.
Yeah.
I love them. One of my favorite songs is what he did. "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap."
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC. It is a great song, man.
I was never really a big AC/DC fan.
They're done dirt cheap. Huh?
Yeah, I was never a big fan of that group.
No?
No.
Oh, good stuff, man.
Yeah, it was. But during that time when they were around, I wasn't doing rock radio. So I guess it was more a lack of focus more than anything.
So outside of the Temptations, what are some of your favorite groups of all time?
Many. Smoking the Miracles.
Mm-hmm.
Rare Earth. Four Tops. Supremes. I mean, all that Motown shit, of course. But
good stuff.
I like the Philly stuff. Harold Melvin and Blue Notes. And then my rock bands would be, Chicago. The Ides of March.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Those horns, man. It was like, woo.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Peter Frampton they were cool. What was the group that did the Joker?
Steve Miller, man?
Steve Miller, yeah. I like some of their stuff. The Eagles. So, I like that. My favorite rocker of all time had to be Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, exactly. Get out of town, man. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was the man.
Hendrix.
But, so when you look at other guitarists, against Jimmy, I think he kind of blazed a trail for many others to come along, and including people like Eric Clapton. I mean, he was a great guitar player, and many others.
Man, I remember this guy,
Ernie Isley.
There you go, man. Jeez, I ran into a guy who used to work out in L.A. Worked for Glen Sound, and he was telling me, he was actually there when this happened. Jimi Hendrix, at one point, used to open up for the Monkees during this time. This before, of course, he became Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
So he's out there doing this thing, and all you see of white teenagers, we want the Monkees, we want the Monkees, we want the Monkees. Jimi Hendrix told the band to stop, unplugged everything, went to the microphone, excuse my language, fuck y'all, and walked off.
Y'all caught him on the wrong day.
That's right.
He had enough of you and your monkey shit.
That was it, right? Lily Monkey, right?
He said, enough of this monkey crap. I'm done.
And quit the tour right backstage. Like, I quit. I can't do no more with this.
Can't open up for the Monkees. And that was, it was one of those little. I guess that you could call the Monkees a teeny bopper group during that era.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was. I had to play that stuff on the radio, so I remember it well. And I was never a big fan of the Monkees.
Yeah, they're like a knockoff Beatles, really.
Yeah, bad knockoff.
Bad, yeah.
One of the guys from that group lived down in Florida near where I was staying in.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Apparently he wasn't doing real great because the place he was living in was kind of like, it was on the beach, well, pretty close to the beach, but not like a palatial, really nice place. It was a little apartment, second floor. And, wow, that's how he's living, Maybe 40 years ago, that was kind of a cool spot, but
right.
By today's standards, wasn't all that.
I wonder who it was. I'll maybe exclude Mike Nesmith, because Mike Nesmith, his mother invented a whiteout.
Yeah, right.
So he was well off already.
Exactly.
From the Texas area.
I'm trying to remember his name.
So either it was what's his name, Peter Tork, or Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey. I think it was Mickey.
Mickey Dolenz? Oh, okay.
Was he the one with the fuzzy hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Mickey.
Like a rubber-looking face.
Yeah, rubber.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way, but maybe you're right. Yeah, I think it was Mickey. I think that's who it
Mickey was. Mickey Dolenz, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But, whatever.
Well, once again, it was the manufacturer group. Was put together, of course. Neil Sedaka, I got the other guy's name, pretty much wrote some of their hits. And they were complaining because they never got a chance to write their own music.
The Monkees?
The Monkees, no, it was already written by somebody else.
Yeah, a lot of the groups during that era was kind of that way.
But I guess they wanted to write their own music and be like, their own group with their own sound, and their sound was already manufactured before they got there.
Yeah. Kind of a studio group.
Exactly, right.
Highly produced. But, that same thing goes on today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of artists, once they become successful, then they can afford to buy songs. A lot of them don't write, a lot of them. It's been said that even some of the big artists like Michael and others bought songs, put their names on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I used to sit and watch Michael write.
Yeah. There's no question he did, some
Well, a lot of
or
people
most.
are going to buy a song if it's going to be a hit. Why
Right.
not?
Sure.
I don't think Beyonce writes any of her songs.
I don't think she probably does either.
But I know Michael wrote.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He collaborated with
they have a
people.
team.
They collaborate.
And a whole team sits down and they do it together.
And I was listening to some of Michael's stuff. Then I was listening to his Invincible CD. I don't think I got enough credit. He did some great work post Quincy Jones.
Yeah, Quincy did a
producing.
lot
This
of stuff with them.
Right. This was post after he left Quincy and did some stuff with Dark Child. And it was very innovative, very different. It's a different sound. It was I think almost underrated because that album, that Invincible album, was very, very tight and different. He was magnificent on that album, man.
What were some of the songs on that album? I don't remember any off the top of my
Break
head.
of Dawn, Remember the Time.
Remember the Time. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But what was another big hit off of there?
Break of Dawn, Butterflies.
Nah, they weren't hits.
Yeah, but they worked.
They
got a lot of airplay, as you know.
No, I never played any of those.
Well, you didn't play them, but they did get a lot of airplay during the time it came out.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
In Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What year was that? Let me look it up.
What year was that? I gotta go back and find when they came out. I want to say, around 2000?
Remember the Time. That's the one that stands out in my mind. The other two names, I don't even remember those.
Yeah.
Daybreak, you said?
Break of Dawn.
Break of Dawn, and what was the other one?
Yeah. Butterflies.
No, I didn't play either one of those.
You Rock My World.
Rock My World.
Yeah, that was the video he did with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, I played that one. But the other two, I don't remember those at all.
Oh, yeah, they were out.
Yeah, that didn't make my radar. Michael Jackson, Invincible.
Invincible.
You know, when he worked with Quincy, I mean, the stuff that they did together, I mean, those albums, you could just drop the needle on the record anywhere and it was cool.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That era of, just great cuts. Every cut is like fire. You don't get that anymore. Name me one artist today that you can put the CD or download the entire package and just let it roll, and every song is sensational.
I think because they sell more singles now.
No,
and they'll put out an EP which has maybe 3 songs on it. It's totally different now.
Well, I understand, but if you bought the entire album or CD, whatever you want to call it, how many out there are equivalent to what Michael and some other artists that did back in the day when every cut on that album was sensational?
Well, I think, though, nowadays artists make more money.
Doing what?
Katy Perry's worth what? About $300 million?
Make more money not off of record sales.
No, they don't, because you can steal them.
Yeah.
Well, all one person has to do is get it and give it to everybody else. Or
yeah.
So it's not the same. It's like everything we do in this world changes.
Understood.
I was telling somebody that yesterday, this young kid that was working with me, because for some reason, I don't know why people want to interview me all of a sudden, but he's helping me do something for this auction, and got to talking to him and told him, I realize I'm not famous. Maybe I was before, and maybe I was the best at what I do, but I'm not now because things change. And I was telling him how this photographer, he's probably like 67, maybe 68, made a comment to me about my son. And, well, I don't do that kind, but you worked your way to get where you're at, and they don't do things the same. These new photographers can Photoshop for days. They don't have to pay someone to come in and retouch for them any longer. So I was telling the kid, they got to move over to let you move in because he wants to be a director, this young kid, and he went to school for it. And he was telling me he realizes school isn't all that important to be in there. That people that make it sometimes had no schooling. They just went ahead,
They're creative. They have talent.
So, I was just telling him, it's a hard thing as you get older to move over for the young. I know it gets tough for me at times, and I've accepted it.
Yeah.
It's time for someone else, and they do things different than I do.
Yeah.
Way different now.
That's a different subject.
Well, it's the same as music and everything else.
No.
The business has changed.
Well, no doubt, but we're not talking about the change in the business.
Didn't you sit in a thing when you were a DJ? Didn't you sit right at the radio station?
Of course.
Well, 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I sat at a radio station and they were all in there in one day recording everything ahead of time.
Of
that
course,
isn't
voice
how
tracking.
it used to be done.
No, of course not, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything changes. I mean,
no, but I'm talking about creativity. I'm not talking about the technological changes and how things are done now versus how they were done before. I'm talking about a creative piece of work from an artist that creates an album with 10, 15 cuts on it. This Invincible.
Well, a long time ago, then, when they created one, working for different artists that I've worked with, they put a team together.
Right.
They used to work as a team, but now you get someone, not naming names, they'll go into YouTube and listen to some person's song and steal it.
Yeah.
I'd seen where Ed Sheeran now got caught stealing someone's stuff, and they get away with it. Drake stole from that new young kid, Xenia or something, because the boy went to jail, and it turned out he didn't even beat the girl up. Mm-hmm. So that's how they do it now. They just go in and steal from people. Or if they buy somebody's song, they make sure that their name's on it as a writer.
Right.
And they get a big percentage of it, or they're not going to use your song. It's just totally different because it's just like live musicians. Do you see them like you used to? No.
The reason we don't get great product anymore is because of the imagination, the creativity, and the artistry and the talent is not the same. It's not as good as it once was because there were musicians that created music. There are not many musicians anymore. These are people who can manipulate sounds in a computer and come up with stuff, but they don't read music. They don't know how to create music from charts and stuff like that.
Right.
So when you had Michael Jackson as a great singer and performer, and the likes of a Quincy Jones, who is a musician, composer, arranger, director extraordinaire in every aspect, that's a winning combination. So they would create great songs, put 10, 12 songs on an album, and all of them were great. That's my point. But today, and in recent years after that, that was one of my biggest complaints to the record labels. And they made, look, you brought me this album in here, but I'm digging deep to try to find a hit. There's nothing exciting in this 12 or 14 cut album that you've given me. And well, you know, you got to be able to find something in there, Lee. I said, I'm digging, I'm trying to help you, but it's just not there.
Well, I think because they've changed a lot. It's like
they changed for the worse.
Single, but we think it's the worst, but they don't.
Well, okay, but the public
I don't
thinks,
enjoy going to a concert, watching people fly through the air, and I feel like I'm at a Broadway show. I told you I enjoy Guns N' Roses because it was a real show, but younger people don't see it like that. They're used to these shows, and they're used to the girl coming out with a thong in her ass and sitting way up in the air. And that's what the younger generation likes. But
well, that's what they're being exposed to.
It doesn't matter. They're exposed to other things. It's just they're a different generation.
Yeah.
I sit, just like I was saying about hair, I sit and I laugh when they say, oh, now we've created these taped-in whiffs. I'm like, no, you didn't create those. They've been around years. But they upgraded them, is how I look at it.
Yeah.
So everything we do as we get older, whether we like it or not, we're going to see change. They're going to see change as they get older. They don't realize that.
You're right. Things do change, and I pride myself in staying on the curve of change and even being ahead or creating change. The problem I'm talking about is artistry. The artists are not as good today as they used to be, and that's coming from the producer end, the record label end, every aspect of it. It's not the same. It's not about creating great product. It's about gimmicks, hype, theater, being a performer of theatrics more than being a great singer. People like, I'll tell you, Stephanie Mills, great singer. The band can stop, and I saw this on YouTube or wherever it was, and she kept going. She didn't need the band, and everybody grooved with her. So these artists today.
Was here in Chicago. Yeah, in fact, it was the
Was it Taste of Chicago?
I remember someone told me that because she was here in Chicago and they did the Chosen Few picnic they do every year, and she was invited, and then the music stopped. I think it was, and she told them to stop, or something happened with the sound system, and she kept on singing, and it was just beautiful. They had it on YouTube. You're right. I think one of them was here in Chicago.
Yeah, and some of the artists, not all, but some of the artists today, if that were to happen to them, they'd probably have to walk off the stage because they don't have all the coloring on their voices from the sound system to keep them on pitch and all that kind of stuff. So, that's my point. The quality of the artist today is not what it used to be.
It goes back to what's going on in the world.
And that's not good.
Even our TV shows, reality shows, and it's hit the modeling world now where you don't see the real models anymore, like Naomi Campbell, the girls that really look like. You see Gigi Hadid, you see Kendall Jenner. They don't look the way models used to look. It's like everything we see right now. Manufactured singers. If Selena Gomez had to put the microphone, put everything down and sing, she couldn't do it. Katy Perry couldn't do it.
That's right.
Rihanna couldn't do it. Most of our artists do not sing. Other people sing for them. Sierra sang for a lot of that. Not Sierra. What's her name? The one that covers her face.
Sia?
Yeah. She has sang for a lot of people. So has Jessie J. I heard Jessie J did the one for Miley Cyrus in the Party in the USA. That wasn't her singing it. They get on stage and all it is a performance now. And I agree with Lee. We don't have a lot of real artists, and the ones that can sing, they don't push because They know your throat's going to get messed up because they want you on a plane every night, pushing you and pushing you. I've seen it happen with Sky. Before they knew it, she had she had those, what do you call them, the pull-ups? Pulps, where
Pull-ups.
I seen the pictures of it. They were literally almost bleeding. But they want you out every night, and they got mad because she doesn't lip sync. But she will have no choice. If she wants her new album to be pushed, she's going to have to do some lip singing. But she can actually sing. But most of your artists that we had for the last few years, it's like even our actors. Is Kim Kardashian really an actress? Is her family? No, they're not. So it's a joke. I don't watch. I am guilty of watching the Little Midgets, though. I do like those shows. I'm very guilty of watching that one.
Little People.
Little People. I like it.
Well, let me say happy birthday to a few people here.
Chella.
Chella, one of our talk show hosts here at the Power of Voices, is celebrating her birthday today at the tender age of 28. Happy birthday, Chella.
Again, I told her. 25.
Well, maybe it's 25. I get it mixed up.
I'll ask her.
Eddie Levert Jr. is 53 years old today. That's a lie. Eddie Levert is not 53 years old, okay?
Oh,
if he's 53, I'm 49. Okay. Roy Michael Roberson, who is an air personality I work with in Chicago at WBMX, celebrating his birthday today. 63. Roy, you older than that. Stop lying. Let's see. Who else here? Gwen Owens, Larry Dunn, E.J. J. Williams Sr. or Jr. Let's see. Who else do I have in here? These are some of my friends. Chris Squire with a Superman S on his chest. Okay. And Ken Bell. Happy birthday. Congratulations to all of you. May your day be happy, fun-filled, and with people that you love. Happy birthday to you.
Chris Squire, is he at WBLS now?
I don't know what Chris is.
Or used to work there?
He used to work at BMX in Chicago.
I remember that, yes.
Yeah.
I did run into him, yeah.
He worked at DAS in Philly. I'm not sure where Chris is now. James Alexander had a birthday on the 18th, yesterday. Happy birthday, James A.
Happy birthday, sir.
That's the guy that just went through cancer, huh?
Yeah. James Connor celebrated his birthday on yesterday. I got to start doing this more often. I forget about doing stuff like that. Constance Rucker.
James Connor. I'm going to cut you off real quick, James Connor, because the reason why I'm cutting, he has a nickname for you, and I wanted to always ask you about this, because you know this guy, right?
Yeah. He has a nickname
for me. He calls
you
Left Hook Lee.
Yeah, and I really wish he wouldn't do that. I've asked him not to refer to me as that.
Why?
Okay.
Well, because I got into a fight one time, and he just thinks that's funny, and I don't think it's funny.
So you did a left hook?
Yeah, it was actually a right. But
yeah. Left sounds, I guess, cuter
okay,
to
Lefty. It's your new name, Lefty.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm a right-handed man. Yeah, it was an altercation between myself and a program director who actually assaulted me, and I retaliated. So that's that, and that person and I are fine. We've kissed and made up. Everything's everything. And that was one of those situations that it probably should not have happened. But when somebody breaks your space, you retaliate. Boys in the hood.
That's right.
No.
Trouble, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I don't know why he came up with that left hook crap.
Okay. I wonder where it comes from.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Bill Cosby stalemate?
Yeah, well,
I think if they retry him, the next judge might let those other people come in. But if this judge can call it where they don't want to let it back in. Well, I don't think it's rape, though. If the woman willingly took a pill, then why would you take a pill and not know what you're taking? It's not like he dropped it in her drink. Didn't she take the pill willingly?
Well, They couldn't come to a verdict. So, I mean, the prosecutor could do a retrial, charge him again, I think. But
yes, they can.
But what is there going to be a different outcome? The facts are the same, right?
Correct.
So his lawyers are saying that he'll be cleared a second time. They believe. Of course, they're going to say that.
Of course.
What do you feel he's guilty?
I don't know, because I really didn't follow the trial. I saw the charges. I thought it was ironic that after all of these years, people are coming out. Why didn't you do it earlier or right after it happened? I don't buy into the idea that, well, he was a powerful man and successful and all that. Well, that's
was he part of the mafia, though? Didn't his son get killed?
Yeah. But, you know, was he the type of person that could stop you from doing what you were doing? You know, why did you go meet with him? What was your motive? What were you trying to get out of this relationship?
Right, exactly.
So bear some responsibility for your own actions, whether you're male or female. So, I don't know. I really didn't follow it closely to really pass judgment. But just on the outside looking in, I think we all have a responsibility to own up to the things that we do wrong. If you go to a man's hotel room, you know, at any given hour, and then you don't walk out when things get a little tenuous or weird or uncomfortable, shame on you. Stay for the party.
I had that happen once where somebody dropped something in a glass of water. But luckily, I don't know, I was able to control that, but they can drop things that do a number. I've always been taught if you don't want somebody to do something, just reach down and grab him by his yank. I thought about that today when I was walking in the fog, that guy that bothers me in stock. If he came up behind me and choked me, I would reach back and I would grab that and not let go, because that they will let go.
Grab him by his yank.
His yank.
Carol,
his privates.
But Carol, don't you think that you could get out of a tenuous, a sensitive situation before having to result to grabbing him by the
sometimes
yang?
It does result to that. It really does.
Yank.
If you went to a hotel room and the guy said, "Hey, look, you want to take some Quaaludes and drink some alcohol?"
I'm not going. I probably wouldn't go to a guy's hotel room because.
Okay, but
where's his mind
get that.
at?
But isn't that the opportunity to say no and get up and walk out? That's what I would do.
Yeah, but I'm working with people and going on the road. You would be shocked what these women will do, including famous ones. And Janice Dickinson climbing on board there, knowing her, that's the biggest joke of all. She was a major heroin addict. These are women that wanted to see their career go higher.
Advanced,
even men, young boys are guilty of the same thing with a famous woman. So I can't say he raped these women, but they willingly, most of them willingly did take the pill. Yeah. So why would you take something?
That's my point.
You know?
So if you get to the point where you take the pill, now if somebody puts a Mickey in your drink and you don't know, that's a different thing. But
it's different.
If you say, okay, let's party, let's go for it, then you commit it, and all the rules are in play.
Well, a good example is Roman Polanski. Years ago, I think the girl was, 13, 14?
Yeah, she was young.
She came out recently, and this is what she said. Drop everything. Let it go now. Mm-hmm. She said, because I was a little fast anyway at that time. She told you that.
Yeah.
So, in other words, she feels there's no reason for this to go on and on and on. Maybe I was 13 or 14, but there are 13-year-old girls and 14, especially now, that are pretty fast.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Rain. Would you think she was 12 years old?
Yeah. I would.
No, but most people
Yeah.
see her walking would not see a 12-year-old.
Yeah, her body development is not a typical 12-year-old.
So you see
But
what I'm saying?
everything
but
else
she's
about
not
her
fast.
says, yeah.
But there are girls that are fast at that age.
No
and
question.
A man doesn't know their age. And
Or
these-
even if he knows, whether he knows or not, the law says that's not appropriate. And that's what they, trying to go after Norman about. She was underage.
the one
Whether
with
she was
Cosby.
willingly or not, it is not up to her based on the law.
The one with Cosby right now was underage?
No, that's Norman
Oh.
Pulaski.
Oh, Roman.
Yeah, Roman, that's right, Norman.
Well, she wants everything dropped now. It's been years. She's probably in her 40s now. And she
Yeah.
said, let it go.
Yeah, I don't know that her will at this point in time even would sway a judge one way or the other to say, yeah, okay. If you don't, I don't think it's up to her to prosecute.
Cosby ought to just give them all $1 million and let them get lost.
You think he has that kind of money
Yes,
anymore?
he does. Who'll up his net worth?
Well, see, the
It's
thing about
destroyed
the
his
Cosby
career, though, but he's older now and he's almost blind, they said.
Well, the thing about Cosby, when you look at the long line of women coming forward, and I've done interviews of women who unfortunately were raped and taken advantage of, and when you hear those stories, they have to relive it to tell the story, and it's very shocking to say the very least. Nobody should not be in that situation, but when these women have come forward on my show over the years and talked about this, when you feel violated and you feel that something's been taken away from you and someone has forced themselves on you, don't matter who they are, they're going to the authorities. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, everybody does not have that type of mentality to say, you know what, I'm going to go do this. But I think the women I talk to would say, look, I don't give a damn how celebrity he is. He raped me. I'm going to the authorities. And then some of these women, of course, just did it just for publicity, because if you were raped, you would get a rape kit from the hospital. A rape kit wasn't coming out. They come out in 1979, around 1980, on record when rape kits came out. So when you look at that timeline, even if you did not think that you had enough juice to go after Bill Cosby, at least have documentation to go get a rape kit and have it on file. But nobody did that. So, right, a lot of these women came forward because they wanted to hawk their book. A case in point, Beverly Johnson had come forward and said, me too, I've been fondled and whatever by Bill Cosby. So she appears on The View on ABC, also at the same time hawking the fact that she's going to be on the cover of AARP during this time. So everybody used Bill Cosby to, once again, further themselves, because a lot of these things couldn't have happened. Once again, if you go to a man's apartment or house or dwelling or whatever at a certain time of night, it's the booty call. It's something. Go back to Mike Tyson. Desiree Washington goes to his hotel room after 1 a.m. at night. Now, come on now.
Well, she wanted to get some lessons on some right hooks and some left uppercuts and stuff, So.
That's what you call it nowadays?
No, her head was clanging. Thinking about if she started dating him and he liked her.
Wow.
But,
you should never go to their room.
Never.
No, but if you do,
unless you're willing to,
the reason why,
to participate with whatever might go down.
Not necessarily
or
so.
Baptist Mambo.
Sometimes you can't bring them to your place and you're close to the hotel. So that doesn't mean you're there to participate.
Well, I'm saying I taught my daughter, never go to someone's hotel room unless you're willing to do the wild thing. Don't go, period, end. Whether you're willing, whether you're naive, going there thinking, what are you thinking? What are you going to go to some man's hotel room for? Well, we're having a meeting at midnight? What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
No, you meet him the next morning at 9 a.m. in the coffee shop at the hotel, and then that way you're exactly. Or whatever, but no. Bad idea. you open up the possibility of something going astray or out of control that you may not be able to handle, may not want to participate in. But you're
So
in an
anytime you
environment.
invited a woman to your room, was that your intentions?
Well, I never did that.
Oh.
Unless, we had an understanding up front. That's what was getting ready to go down.
That's
Absolutely. Right. But I wouldn't just,
I could
meet
never-
somebody at the bar and say, come on up to my room.
I don't know how people do that, because there's no way I can like somebody just by meeting them. No way.
Well, there are people that do it all the time. It's like I wouldn't try to pick up somebody from a Lyft ride. I wouldn't do it. You don't know who those people are. They may be attractive to you.
Yeah, look at that
or
girl
whatever.
that hacked that man up.
Yeah. What was she, 15 years old?
Yes, 15, 16.
Went to Walmart and bought a knife and chopped this guy up. And I don't think she was targeted him. I don't think it was premeditated on him. He just happened to be the person that she was around at that moment and hacked him up. She had a knife, a regular knife and a machete, if I remember.
A machete, yeah.
Yeah. Nuts. I mean, how
So
did she get
even
that? How
men
did she
need
get
to
a
be
machete in the
careful.
car without him?
I don't know.
You know?
Now, you being a Lyft driver, Lee, I mean, what if a lady that looked like J-Lo, I mean, from head to toe, I mean, if you think, say she looked like J-Lo, but she was really J-Ho.
Oh, Khloe
Would you change your
Kardashian.
mind then?
That's messed up, man. Would I let her in my car, knowing that she
And would you-
wanted to cut my throat?
No, not cut your throat. She got into your car. You two struck up a conversation, nice conversation.
Yeah.
And she wants to get with you. She want to do the nasty, and want to do the mattress mambo, and ask you to find somewhere to do it at. Or would you? Now,
No.
mind you, look
No.
like J-Lo
No.
from head to toe.
If it was J-Lo, yes. If it was somebody that was a J-Lo knockoff, no.
You wouldn't do a J-Ho?
No J-Ho.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, not even a J-No?
No, J-No is right. No, J-No.
All right, just J-No.
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 No. If it was J-Lo, we'd have to negotiate.
Negotiate, okay.
Yeah, we might have a little conversation.
Right.
At
You
least.
be slobber knocking all over the place, man.
Yeah.
They're like, so what do you think, Lee? J-Lo.
Make a man start speaking Spanish.
Espanol.
Yeah, the men do like J-Lo.
Yeah. She's a beautiful girl.
She really is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I liked women, she'd probably be one of my choices.
Oh, damn.
Well, that's great.
You want to name some others?
No, I said if I liked women. I don't like other
Yeah.
women. There's no desire.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
even want them to put their
You
hand
can't
on
name
my
any other-
shoulder.
Well, you don't like touching anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't.
You too frigid, girl. You need to
I'm not
lighten up.
frigid now. You could ask any man that's been with me.
Yeah, well,
Have you always
obviously.
been? How'd you? Wait a minute. How'd you have children? How'd you have sex? You
I'm
gotta
not
touch somewhere.
frigid. I don't like just anybody to put their arms around me. I don't like that.
Oh, God.
I'm not like that
So it
with
was different,
somebody
of course,
I'm
when it was
with.
somebody you. No, I'm just saying. But when you had your children, when you was intimate, that's different. That was okay, right?
What? Now say it again.
When you were with somebody, that you really liked and loved, that was different when you two were
Yes, it
intimate.
is different. That's my man.
Okay.
All
so
the-
you,
got it.
that's
so
totally
you loosen
different.
up then. He can hug you. huh?
I managed to keep a man, so there must be something I was doing right.
We're not gauging that. We're just trying to find out at what point.
I
and
just don't like
what
people
situation.
to touch me. I just don't like that.
Okay.
But
If
outside
I go
that,
out
nobody
with
can
you,
touch you.
I don't want you on our first date trying to rub all over me and whatever. It's over before
Okay.
it begins because
Oh.
I don't like somebody that easy.
That's a turnoff.
It is a turnoff.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you like
what?
somebody, I'm not looking for lust. You can find that anywhere. I want somebody I really like and someone that really likes me where you feel the butterflies and the whole 9 yards.
The butterflies.
I'm not just looking for a piece of ass or whatever they call it.
Looking for lust in all the wrong places.
Those days are over. I never had those days in my life.
A piece of ass.
Right. Not the whole thing, just a piece.
Because I know women. I have friends that they're just like men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you going to do? And then they go, I dated Sylvester Stallone. No, you screwed him one night. You did not date him.
Yeah, it's a slight difference.
People will say that, and it's like, no, you didn't. There is a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
That's true.
And I think men like a woman that has a little bit of class. I don't think you have class when you just jump in the bed with somebody. You might as well make some money. If I was going to do that, then I'm going to put a price tag on it.
How much would you charge?
It'd be expensive, believe me.
Oh, well, okay. Well, if
Give
it
us a
was
ballpark
expensive,
figure.
Well, at this age, it wouldn't be. But when I was younger, yeah. If I was
right now, if somebody offered you,
it wouldn't happen.
No amount of money would.
No.
Okay.
We got to know each other.
When you were younger in your prime, how much would you charge?
I wouldn't charge, but how much does the man want to spend on me? Because
she
he likes me.
will not answer a direct question.
Well, I can't
for nothing
answer
in
that
the world.
question. It's not easy for
well,
me
lie
to answer
to me.
that. I'm not even going to lie.
I'm used to it.
I'm just one of these people. It's like, my mother used to say, you can love a rich man just as easy as a poor one. So if you keep your standards up there and that's what you want, then that's what you date.
Alpha, help me out here.
Where is Alpha?
He's right there.
Lee, how you doing, Lee? Carol, Chris, I got to tell you, I'm highly disappointed. I leave you for a couple of days and I come back. Carol, Yank? You're talking about Yank, Chris? You asking your daddy to buy condoms, rubbers as you call it, and left hook.
That's no
Lee.
big secret. I told you those story many times.
Yeah, left hook Lee. So, deplorables.
Yeah.
No, actually, sometimes it's better than sitting on a
Carol, you got a
radio
price?
and talk for 2 hours about all the bad stuff that's going on in the world, or 45. Sometimes you just want to leave that where it is.
Yeah, we haven't dealt with a lot of that today.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with
Good.
that today.
Take
Good.
a break sometimes.
Good. Take a break.
Right.
Okay.
There you go. Talk about Yank.
Yank.
And how much would Carol charge if she
I
was
call it
declined
yank
sexually?
because you're going to yank
What
it.
is that? What does that say? We know what you are now. How much?
Hey, that's
Come on,
right.
Carol,
That's right.
stop it. Come on. And Lee don't make it no better, no worse. He just pushes it. He is the.
Well, I'm the
he's
maestro. I'm supposed to
shit
keep it
starter
going.
Lee.
That's
He's the
my
shit
role.
starter Lee.
I have to
Jesus.
dig and investigate and listen carefully to what all of you are saying and ask the obvious questions that the listeners want to know. That's my role. I try to do it. Now you want to criticize me for trying to play that third ear?
Well, no, you're going to play something, even if it's on. What is the solution? We have to have solutions.
We do.
Ain't no damn solutions in the war. Come on.
We have to work on solutions to make things
Yeah.
move forward. You can't just sit around and
Solutions.
bellyache all day.
Yeah,
We
their
know belly
question
aching.
was, why do I don't like people to touch me. I don't. I'm
Oh,
not one of these
God,
people
Carol.
that want a group hug.
Oh,
The
come
door is
on.
open. The exit door is open, Carol. Take it.
No, it's the truth.
No group hug, huh?
No group hug. Not
Well,
here.
that mean that's innocent. That is not,
It's
shouldn't make
just
you
something
uncomfortable.
about me. I just don't like people to touch.
Now, have you always been this way, or did it come
Well, there
on
might
in
be something
doses
that made me
gradually?
this way.
Yeah,
You never know.
Okay,
yeah,
There's always a reason why people are the way they are.
yeah. That's
that's
true.
true.
So you've been ruined.
I'm not ruined. Every man, my boyfriends were very happy with me.
I bet Carol's like the girl in The Exorcist. Okay, you want to have sex? Head spins around, green slime comes out of her mouth. Okay, I'm ready now. Okay, Carol, I'm good. Okay. Oh Lord, is that you, Carol? You turn into the wild thing?
I'm not going to discuss that.
See, I think I hit a nerve there.
I think so.
She comes out in a little black outfit with whip and ball and chain.
We will return to our regularly scheduled program.
You want to have sex now, huh? Voice changes, hands up on her head.
Yeah, you know I could change my voice. You see how I answer the phone.
Oh, God, you choked me up. Oh. Okay. So, happy belated Father's Day to you, Alfo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How did your tribe treat you? Did you have a good day?
Oh, let's see. I would have preferred to be staked out in the desert sands
What?
with a million red, black, and army ants.
Damn.
Let me put it like that.
It was
Never
that
have
bad.
never have I experienced a day of, I would call it incredible, ingratitude or ungratitude, or however you want to put it. And let me put it like this: I contribute greatly to that because it doesn't take much for me to point that out to them. I got all out of all of the 15 great grandchildren, the 12 grandchildren, and the 3 children. I get calls from them all, even my nieces, and all, they all wish me a happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. So
I guess I was sitting here like the Grinch who stole Father's Day because I wasn't hearing it.
Well, wait a minute. I'm confused. So you had all these phone calls, and did you get any visits?
Everybody called. No, don't stay.
Nobody came by?
Oh, no. My grandson came in. My youngest son's oldest boy came in.
Okay.
He's milling around 28, something like that.
Yeah.
And now he's a driver for a beer company.
Okay.
He used to drive for Pepsi Cola.
Okay.
Here's a son bitch come all the way from Des Moines, Iowa. I never brought one damn can of pop. But he was coming to a family gathering where plenty of families around and everybody's barbecuing, but he never brought one can of pop. And I just happen to know as a veteran of the delivery services, aka bread man, when I went anywhere, Thanksgiving,
They always brought you bread, huh?
I took so many damn dinner rolls they got tired. They were throwing dinner rolls at each other.
But wait a minute. So nobody brought you food or a plate or anything?
No. I had a lot of food. I mean, when I say I had a lot of food, the day before was great-grandchild's graduation. She's graduating kindergarten. They threw a barbecue for her. They barbecued up a bunch of shit. I'm not calling it, I mean, the girl is 6. And
this party was for the older people.
Well,
yeah,
it was supposed to be, except for many of the older people never showed up. So, here we were with a goddamn house full of food and lock and locks. So the cooking yesterday really wasn't, top priority because I had plenty. There was plenty of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's nothing like somebody running around telling you can't eat this and you can't eat that.
Well, they're trying to keep you out of health trouble.
Okay, fine. But then don't go your ass out in the backyard and leave me here alone and I can get over to the microwave and every damn thing else. They come in and I have a jar full of food.
Uh-huh.
And then everybody mad.
Mad at you.
Scratch your ass and get glad. Back off.
Well, see, I understand what you're saying. That's like leaving a bowl of crack in front of a crackhead.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
give me a break with that.
Well, see, when I found out my mom shouldn't eat certain types of food, I made sure it wasn't in the house. So I kept the temptation away from her. Although my sisters
try.
would come around and bring stuff over there.
Right. Somebody's going to bring. Look, when I was a couple of years ago, when I was first in the hospital, and they were telling me I had to watch what I ate, and they were feeding me like a little damn chicken. My son and his wife showed up with a whole goddamn plate. I mean, not one of these regular dinner plates. This is a big plate.
Platter.
Damn near a platter. Damn near a platter. With dressing, ham, greens, all kind of shit. I tilted the plate and wolfed it down like there was no tomorrow. And then I looked up and I go, now where's my dessert?
Oh,
Because
God.
even at the nursing home and the hospital, I could get a little small bitty cup of ice cream or a small little bowl of.
I have to say goodbye. I'm leaving for the day.
Well, be safe.
Yeah, I won't be. I might be here because my test is at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow?
Yeah, so I got to go start this medicine, and I have to buy something.
So I guess going to lunch and eating some heavy meal today wouldn't be a good idea.
Oh, hell no. You know what the pharmacist said to me?
What did they say?
Be sure and be done with that by 4.
By 4 o'clock?
I go, why do I need a depend?
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, she's going to go get scoped tomorrow, so.
Oh, come on, Lee. I'm reaching for my butt now. No. Oh, God.
Well, hope everything turns out okay. But, now, will they put you to sleep?
At twilight, I guess.
Yeah. So
You've
what?
never had one of those?
Yeah, but they didn't put me to sleep. I said, no, hell no. Let's go for it. I'm a man
you
up.
had to be nuts.
No, Carol, I haven't.
Man up.
Explain to the audience about scoping, please.
I'm out of here, you guys. I'm tired of
Chris,
you today.
Okay.
There was a question, though. Somebody came in and asked me. Let me find it before I leave.
Okay.
I want you guys to
Chris.
answer this.
I think there's
just a question.
the different levels of.
I'm going to give you the question now.
Okay.
Okay.
Different levels of getting
After
scoped.
cutting off her husband John's entire penis off at its base with a kitchen knife, Lorenzo Bobbitt fled the scene and disposed the severed body part where? A Burger King bathroom, a J.C. Penney parking lot, a field next to a freeway, or a Blockbuster drop-off box?
The field next to the freeway.
A field next to a freeway.
Very good, guys.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
I would have
field.
dropped it in the Blockbuster drop-off box, and if it was late at night, they wouldn't
Of
be getting
course.
it back.
Well, we know you. You see,
Or give it to the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But they found it and they sewed it back on.
Yeah, but did you see his porn?
Correct.
After they sewed it back on, he did a porn.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
no, I
to see
didn't see
that.
that.
heard about it.
With the stitches and everything.
No, I was
No,
not
it was
interested
outside
in
field.
that.
I'm
Carol,
going to
you were
leave you
leaving-
with that. Now y'all
Thank
think
you
You were
very
about
leaving
much.
that.
immediately? You
I
were
hope I'm
leaving
not
immediately?
locked
Yeah, she's walking out. We'll be saying,
Thank you very much for the
yeah,
Frank and Dick porn there.
Okay, yeah. It's
stitches
scorched
and
on
all.
my retina. Right. It's
Yeah,
scorched
really.
on my retina forever.
What?
It's scorched on
He
my
did a
retina
porn.
forever.
No, I'm not interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
But
And-
you've
and
seen
Chris,
it though, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
you have
She-
to be
she
one
saw
of the all-time
She's got it on a DVR, I bet you.
deep in the woods, under camouflage sniper.
Right?
I have been told that a couple of times in my lifetime, yes.
Jesus. So, Lee, you've had the scope. You've had that scope, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Chris, have you had it?
Which scope are we referring to? Is
We're talking
one
about
scope?
the colon dive.
Oh, that no, I.
And they send the submarine
no, not
up
yet.
your
I've not had
colon.
that
Okay, I haven't had one either. My butt says exit only. So,
yet. That's when they stick a hula jube up your butt.
Carol can't
Let's
leave
start
the
checking
studio
things
because
out.
we got her locked in. So you get here you go, Carol.
She can't leave.
No. Nasty drink?
Ooh.
I don't know.
What about that dye?
Just
dye
leave it
stuff
in
you
the door. I'll
drink?
come and get it. So, after Carol leaves, we'll talk about her, okay?
I'll talk about her now.
Now, I want to make sure she's in the car so she can hear us.
Okay. I'll wait.
Let me be your spot. Let me be your spotter, Chris. Airspeed 2 miles an hour.
So everybody sees you.
Distance 40. This is the spotter talking to the sniper with the rifle. Jesus.
Let me say good morning to Val Young, a.k.a. Honey. Lisa London checked in. Hello, crew. Yes, it was the West Coast Marty. We'll get you right, laughing out loud.
Yeah, that 8% volume of alcohol in that beer, man, it would knock you on your butt.
So, yeah, it'll make you sing Archie Bell and the Drells, Tighten Up.
Any song comes to mind, you go from that to Freak-a-Leak, it doesn't matter.
Freak-a-Leak?
Freak-a-Leak, yes, by P.D. Pablo.
I'm
Very popular during the Southern strip rapping during that time.
Okay, yeah, that one passed me by.
Oh, check it out, it's good stuff.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I won't even check it out.
Yeah, me too. Let me know how it
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
You're credible.
Let me know how it turns out.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope so.
So Alfo, basically, it wasn't a fun Father's Day, it sounds like.
And then I threw a tantrum at the end of the day.
No, you didn't.
Just
You read the riot act to all of them?
I read the riot act to those who would stay around. Most of them started running.
So the old fool getting ready to go off. I gotta go. Exit left.
Yep. But in general, and truth be told, I had what my norm is. I had a good time. You know, people who surround you and people who, you know, profess their love for you. At times they really do. You just don't believe them. You know the saying. My mama used to tell me, everybody loved me. She loved me, but I don't believe her.
You got some issues, man. You know what? We're gonna get a doctor, not a medical doctor. We're gonna get a brain doctor to work on you a little bit because you got issues. Yeah, there's a song out. What was this girl's name? Julia Michaels, called "Issues." You need to listen to that song. Because you got issues.
If it's a modern song, it's no chance.
It's a ballad.
An old one? All right.
No, it's not old.
All
It's a
right.
new song. She says, I got issues. You first have to admit that you have issues. Then you can deal with them.
Well, it ain't happening. It just ain't happening.
No way.
No. No way, no
You don't want you don't want help.
No.
Okay, well, see, some people like to live where they are.
That's simple.
Yeah, you know.
That's simple.
You're comfortable with your own misery.
Yeah, help the bear, shit.
See me in the woods fighting a bear, don't help me help the bear, because he's going down. Well, I understand. And I won't try to get you out of that zone. If that's where you want to live, that's fine. We'll accept that.
I've been living here for so long.
Yeah? You're comfortable with it.
Very.
And if something were to change, you would think it's strange.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. That's Alpha, as we know him.
Did Carol leave yet?
Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, God.
Okay, then is she gone, or wait till can you see her get the car from where you are, or are you going to time it?
No, she's probably in the car, you know.
Oh, okay.
By now, yeah. So what'd you want to say about her?
Well, nothing. I just want everybody to know that, you know, it's kind of hard for me to be intimate with somebody and nobody don't touch me. You know, when that happens, I don't, you know, if I'm going to be laid down here, you know, my thighs high, and, you know, getting ready to somebody to have comfort, and they get to touch me. And don't touch me when we have sex. We can't have that. Don't touch me there. I can't. I don't like to be touched.
Yeah, I think the only way you could have a relationship with someone like that is just maybe through FaceTime.
And don't touch them, right?
Yeah, FaceTime. You have to be.
Don't pin their knees up behind their ears.
None of that.
Can't do nothing. Can't brace. Can't do nothing. Can't grab. Can't lick. Can't do nothing.
Nothing.
Y'all ain't right.
That
ain't right.
She's missing out on so much.
Yeah, man, I'm hip.
Yeah,
you be touching the right place, man. You know.
Yeah. Well, she said if she gets the butterflies, and then I guess that's a turn on. But what the hell? What do you do? Oh, I know, a Mickey in the drink.
Oh no, not that.
How you gonna break the wall? You got to go through that wall.
Else she'll do it on her own.
But what do you have to say or do?
I have no
to make
idea.
her warm and fuzzy, to want to be intimate with you. See, that's what's puzzling to me.
Yeah, well, apparently it has happened before in the past. I would like to meet those dudes, but I guess the one passed away, taking the dirt nap. I can't talk to him.
Right. The other guy's a lawyer, so he'll take the fifth.
Yeah, he'll get a lawyer.
He'll lawyer up.
Talk to us. He'll lawyer up, right?
Wow. So what do you guys make of the? Let's see how much time we got. We got 6 minutes. What do you guys make of the president now lawyering up, and the vice president now has representation? What does that mean?
And 45's lawyer lawyered up.
Right, a lawyer on top of the lawyer. That means the shit is deep.
Knee deep.
Interesting times.
I'll tell you like this. Once they've started down this road of the forensics financial people, he's brought on a lot of these follow the money people who have chased and traced and successfully chased and traced monies in foreign banks all over the world. When it comes back, I would say the mismanagement of this entire situation is going to be on the lack of messaging from Democrats. He should be not just called illegitimate. He should be called Benedict Donald. It should be pointed out that every single Republican, Confederate Republicans, and call them Confederate Republicans because they're just like the Confederate Army. They've all Russia upped, and they're fighting against America. But other than that,
yeah, it's crazy.
Go along. The Democrats are going along. They're crafting a health bill that they're going to push. They're going to jam through with budget reconciliation. You remember they were all upset when Democrats used budget reconciliation after 14 months of debate, after the whole 9 yards, and after them claiming this was done in a back room, in the dark, in the dead of night, and it's going to be a job killer. And none of that has come to fruition. But that's what they're doing. Admit nothing, deny everything, and accuse those
of what you're doing.
That you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what you see. And Democrats haven't got a clue. They have not got a clue. And oh, by the way, tomorrow in Georgia, Ossoff will lose. He will not beat that pathetic former Secretary of State. He's going to lose.
Now, do you think that this election is rigged?
Yes.
Or do you think the people are just not engaged and don't give a damn?
No. This election is rigged. Karen Handel and the Republicans, first they purged over 600,000 people of color. Then 80,000 were registered and only 46,000 got on the registration. And when asked about the other 40,000, they go, we don't know what you're talking about. They closed and shut down the Asian registration situation. And said, we don't know what you're talking about. The corruption to disenfranchise voters is massive. And therefore, the Democrat cannot win. Mark my words. You know, they say it's a 1 or 2 point difference or they're even.
Yeah.
I think Ossoff are going to lose by at least 5.
By 3 what?
By 5.
By 5?
Yes.
By 5. Well, we're going to see it. The election is tomorrow, right?
Make a liar out of me, I would love to. But
Yeah,
that's just the way I feel about it.
I truly believe that it will be a tight race. My hope is that the Democrats will win because we need a win in Georgia. But you're probably right, man. You're probably right. It's well, they've already proven that they know how to manipulate and cleanse and pillage and kill everything. And the results will probably be just what it was in the last election. Tight, but a win for the Republicans. So we need to get smarter. We need to get in front of it. I mean, I'm on the mailing list, and I've made donations to the campaign down there in Georgia because I believe that, you know, I can do a little something. Unfortunately, I'm not there on the ground. I can't go door to door and do a little knocking and encourage people to get out and vote. But I hope that the Democrats can pull off a good get-out-to-vote campaign there and turn this thing around. That's my hope. But you're probably right. But I'm not going to give up until the vote has been counted. And I know what you're about to say, Alfo. It's already been counted.
All
right.
Long conclusion.
Yeah. Well, have a great day.
Take care, fellas.
Don't eat all that barbecued leftover.
No, I can't. I'm full already, and
Oh God.
it's time for the old man's nap.
All right. Well, go take a nap. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, folks. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Carol. And thank you, the listeners, for being a part of the show. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the power of voices.com. Take care. Have a great day. Love somebody. Hug somebody. Oh, not Carol, though. Okay. My bad.